Assalamu alaikum and very good morning. Today I will share with you the slides on Aung San Suu Kyi and I will discuss with you the questions and later on we will discuss your next assignment. Okay? Before that, let me share with you the slides. Hold on. All right. Uh, if you pronounce it according to the spelling, you most probably will say Aung San Suu Kyi. Okay, but I discovered, I read about it in the Burmese language. You're supposed to say it like Aung San Suu Kyi. The theme for this lesson is humanity, leadership, and world issue. Okay, I am Dr. Shima, and this is LLE 3032 Al Ghazali's Dialogue English Communication. These are pictures of Aung San Suu Kyi. I think she's very pretty. Yeah. First and foremost, who is Aung San Suu Kyi? She's a Burmese. She's a Theravada Buddhist. That's her religion. Okay. The Burmese refer to her as Dao Aung San Suu Kyi. Dao literally means, I think, means auntie or madam. Yeah. The Burmese sometimes address her as Dao Su or Ami Su, which means Mother Su. She is a politician, a diplomat, and also an author. Okay. In 1991, she won the Nobel Peace Laureate. She's the state councillor of Myanmar. Okay. She was also the leader to the National League for Democracy Party. That's a political party where she tries to change the military junta to partial democracy. The country was before ruled by military, the military, and she changed it into a partial democracy. Aung San Suu Kyi was house arrested for 15 years by the military. So she was a political prisoner and she was just released 10 years ago in 2010. Why was she, why was she a state councillor, not the president? Okay. She's a state councillor because she has a husband and her two children are foreigners. And it is stated in the country's constitution that if someone is married to a foreigner, they cannot carry the title president of Myanmar. Okay. Although we hear good things about Aung San Suu Kyi, but she was widely criticized by other countries because of basically three things. Okay, Number one, she didn't take any action to the genocide, which is a deliberate killing of a large group of people, especially those of a particular nation or ethnic group. Okay, for of the Rohingya people in Rakhine State in Myanmar. Okay. Number two, the Myanmar military has committed uh, brutal killing. And three, because of the prosecution of journalists, yeah, in Myanmar, Myanmar has taken legal proceeding against the journalists who reported the happenings in Myanmar. Okay, moving on. Initially, upon accepting the state councillor position, she granted amnesty and official pardon to the students who were arrested for opposing the National Education Bill, and announced the creation of the commission instruction to a task on Rakhine State, which had a long record of persecution of the Muslim Rohingya minority. Okay. Aung San Suu Kyi's government did not manage with the ethnic conflicts in Shan and Kachin states. Okay, not only Rakhine State. Okay, in Shan and Kachin State, where thousands of refugees fled to China. And by 2017, the prosecution of the Rohingya Muslim minority by the government forces escalated to the point that it is not uncommonly called a genocide. Okay, what was done or what happened to the Rohingya Muslim minority? Yeah, um, it was well known to everyone all over the world, and there were slaughters, yeah, of this ethnicity, and this ethnic group uh, had to leave Myanmar to other countries to feel safe. Okay, and what happened was termed genocide by other countries, but surprisingly, Aung San Suu Kyi, when she was interviewed about this issue, she denied allegation of ethnic cleansing. Right? She has also refused to grant citizenship to the Rohingya, instead taking steps to issue ID cards for residency, but there was no guarantees of citizenship. Yeah, the Rohingya Muslim minority, even though they were born in Myanmar, they could not get citizenship. Instead, identification card or ID cards were offered to them so that they can stay in Myanmar, but they don't get the rights of citizenship. Okay. Next, she failed to address the country's economic and ethnic problem, particularly the three things. Okay, the plight of the Rohingya following the 25th August 2017 ARSA attacks. ARSA is the Rohingya, um, I think, Salvation Army, uh, where that was described as certainly one of the biggest refugee crises and cases of ethnic cleansing since the Second World War. Okay. Secondly, for the weakening of freedom of the press. Yeah, I told you just now, she prosecuted journalists. So the journalists, they do not have freedom to report what was really happening in Myanmar. And lastly, her style of leadership, it was described as imperious and distracted and out of touch. Okay, moving on. In December 2019, recently, okay, Chu Kirani appeared in the International Court of Justice at The Hague, where she defended the Burmese military against allegations of genocide against the Rohingya. In her speech, Chu Kirani did not use the term Rohingya in describing the ethnic group. She stated that the allegations of genocide were incomplete and misleading, claiming that the situation was actually a Burmese military response to attacks by the Arakan Rohingya Salvation Army. So she claimed that the Rohingya army attacked the military first, and what happened after that? The Burmese military responded by really attacking the Rohingya army. Okay. She also questioned how there could be genocidal intent when the Burmese government opened investigation on this matter and also encouraged Rohingya to come back, yeah, to Myanmar, to the country after being displaced. However, okay, experts have largely criticized that the Burmese investigations as insincere, where the military declaring itself innocent and the government preventing a visit from investigators from the United Nations. The United Nations wanted to send investigators on this issue, the Rohingya Muslim ethnic cleansing issue, but the Myanmar government denied, yeah, entry. Okay. Many Rohingya have also not returned due to perceiving danger and a lack of rights in Myanmar. Of course, the Rohingya Muslim, once they are out from Myanmar, even though I'm sure, yeah, they miss their home country. They do not want to return because they have experience. They have experience being pushed out or being at war, or they face hardship living there. So they deny or they do or deny or they do not want because they perceived the danger that they are going to face if they return, and also they perceive they would not be getting full rights of citizenship. Yeah. So what's the point in returning? They rather feel safe. They rather their families are in a safer place than returning to their own country. Okay, moving on. In January this year, 2020, the International Court of Justice decided that there was a real and imminent risk of irreparable prejudice to the rights of the Rohingya. So the court claimed or announced that the Rohingya were really snatched or grabbed of their rights, yeah, and there is prejudice towards the Rohingya in Myanmar. Okay. The court also took the view that the Burmese government's effort to remedy the situation do not appear sufficient enough to protect the Rohingya, meaning that the court also agreed that or see that the Myanmar government is not doing enough to uh, to betterfy, to improvise the situation, or the things that have been done to the Rohingya Muslim community, yeah, and whatever steps that the government has taken, it is not enough for the Rohingya to feel safe for them to really want to come back to the country. Okay, Therefore, the court ordered the Burmese government to take all measures within its power. So the court instructed, okay, to do everything under the sun or under the sky to pacify the situation, to protect the Rohingya from genocidal actions. The court also instructed the Burmese government to preserve evidence and report back to the court at timely intervals about the situation. So to keep proof, evidence, like if a certain actions were taken, like, okay, like they decided to secure citizenship, okay, so all the paperwork for that have to be preserved and have to be brought to the court or presented at court, yeah, in reporting about the situation. Okay. This is another picture of Aung San Suu Kyi or Aung San Suu Kyi. Okay, right. I think this is what you can read in your module. Okay, Aung San Suu Kyi loses freedom of Oxford over Rohingya crisis. Because of Rohingya crisis, okay, uh, freedom of Oxford is actually a title, okay, an honor given to Aung San Suu Kyi. And before this, okay, so let me read. Okay, Aung San Suu Kyi has been formally stripped of the freedom of the city of Oxford award. It's an award over her response to the repression of her country's Rohingya Muslims. Okay, Oxford City Council voted unanimously to permanently remove the honor given to the de facto leader of Myanmar in 1997. Okay, the award was given to her in 1997 and said it did not want to celebrate those who turn a blind eye to violence. Okay, so what happened to the Rohingya ethnic community, minority, Muslim minority, is seen as a violence. All right. So Oxford councillors had previously voted to support a cross-party motion to remove the award and made the decision official in the vote on Monday evening. The vote comes on the same day Myanmar's powerful army chief told Pope Francis there is no religious discrimination in Myanmar. Okay, at this very same time, the Myanmar army chief, okay, was with Pope Francis, right? And maybe when asked about this matter, he claimed that what happened to the Rohingya Muslim community was never a religious discrimination. Okay, they are not, according to him, they are not discriminated because of their religion, because of them being Muslims, right? Okay, over 60,000 Rohingya Muslims have been driven from the Rakhine state in Myanmar into neighboring Bangladesh, okay, or Bangladeshi states through a series of military operations, which the United Nations has described as a textbook example of ethnic cleansing. Ethnic cleansing tu macam cuci habis, okay? So they want to wash away, they want to get rid of the Muslim community or minority in Myanmar. They don't want a single person, a single Muslim ethnic staying in Myanmar. Yeah, that is how uh, or why we use the term ethnic cleansing. Okay, clergy Mary Clarkson, who proposed the motion, told the BBC Oxford has a long tradition of being a diverse and humane city, and our reputation is tarnished by honoring those who turn a blind eye to violence. Okay? We hope that today we have added our small voice to others, calling for human rights and justice for the Rohingya people. So this person from the city of Oxford quoted that Oxford is a city is a melting pot. Okay, they respect different religions, different practices, different ethnicity. And she said that by stripping off the award, okay, the title, the award, the Freedom of City of Oxford Award from Aung San Suu Kyi. So she hoped that by stripping the award, okay, it's a message to everybody, yeah, a small voice to others, saying that we should preserve, okay, we should fight for human rights, we should fight for justice, okay, and we should fight for the Rohingya Muslim minority. Right, next. These are the questions in your module. Okay, number one. Okay, before that, before I read you the questions, you should know that what I've presented in the slides are not sufficient, are not enough to answer these questions. You should do your online, searching for more information, searching for more information about Aung San Suu Kyi, especially why initially, before the Rohingya crisis, she was looked up. Yeah, she was celebrated, okay, awarded many titles, yeah, awards for her fight of for freedom and humanity. Okay, but in the long run, people have changed their views on her, and why is this so? Okay, right. Now let me read the questions. Okay, the first one: discuss in class on Aung San Suu Kyi and her contributions to freedom and humanity. Okay, basically you should know a little bit of background of uh, Chukrani, yeah, and read on her achievements, her contributions to freedom and humanity. Okay. The second question, in your opinion, why are the Rohingyas, okay, why Rohingya citizenship being denied by the Myanmar government? Okay. Provide historical justification in your discussion. Why? Why is it the Myanmar? Why is it the Myanmar government or the country does not want any maybe Muslims to be a part of their citizen? Why do they want a monotonous country? Why do they want a the same? You know, everybody is a Buddhist. Yeah, they do not want other religion. Why? Okay, and has got to do with history. So you have to read on that. Okay. Number three, do you think this act of stripping of awards and titles is the right thing to do? Okay. Do you agree with the saying? Sorry. Do you agree with the saying that two wrongs don't make a right? Okay. Let's say a person does something wrong. Uh, one wrong. Okay. And then this same person, he has done so many rights. One right, two rights, three rights, five rights, maybe 10 rights. Okay, and then he did something wrong, one wrong, and then after that another wrong, two wrongs. Okay, so do you agree with the saying that these two wrongs does not make things are right? Okay, meaning a good person, yeah, I mean somebody who has done so many good things, to the country, fight for many good things, and suddenly you discovered that she's also, or the person is also doing one or two wrongs. So there's this person, okay, you have awarded her with many awards, titles, okay. Is it justice? Is it, fair to take away all the awards because she has done one or two wrongs? So, what do you think of this stripping of the axe? Right. Okay, number 4. If you are a leader of the country, and you have a case like the Rohingya minority in a country, what is your action? Okay. Um, if you are a leader and the same um, case happens in your country, what will your actions be? All right, hold on. Hello, ya Ustaz. Sorry, I tengah kelas. Kenapa? Ah, boleh. Mhm. Pensyarah yang gubal soalan dia akan bagi pada ketua unit. Ya. Pensyarah yang dah siap dia punya pautan online. Bukan dia gubal soalan, dah digubal dah. Dia sekarang kena ambil soalan tu masukkan dalam online form MS form. Lepas tu dia akan dapat pautan. Pautan itu akan diberi pada ketua unit. Dia bagi link. Sebab lepas tu, sebab daripada link tu dia akan setkan yang bila kita dapat group tu, kita akan set vetting. Ya. Bahasa Inggeris semua pada Fiza. Whatever English dengan yang asasi ada satu paper je ke Faizah, Faizah kan, Faizah. Yang tu ke Dini. Hmm. Oh, I thought ZB pun Fiza. Pasal bahasa Inggeris ada satu je. Fiza tak buat apa pun. Nanti we all dapat group, kita akan ambil dari dia. Kita akan buat meeting, dia report pada Fiza. Ya. Bukan. Selepas soalan itu telah di online kan, hantar pautan online itu pada ketua unit. Okay, bye. Sorry for that. Yeah. Okay. Those are the questions. Okay. I want you to really understand the questions and try to answer them, right? And your I was really distracted by just now. And I also want to share with you your marks, yeah. What your marks consist, yeah, all the assessments that we have done or we are going to do, for your final marks. Okay, let me share with you. That is, hold on. All right. Okay, can you see this? Okay, let us make it bigger. All right, the first one, case study 1, 10%. We have done that. Case study 2, 10%. We have done that. Case study 3, the third one is hillside white elephant. We have done that. Euthanasia, we have done that. Okay. Aung San Suu Kyi, your next assignment will be a debate. Okay. Then we have oral commentaries and forum. Okay. I want to do the debate next week before Hari Raya, right? The debate the questions or issues for the debate is something like the questions in the module. We will divide the class, right? And but although let's say we have 16 of you, okay, 8 to 8, right? So we will choose two two only two issues, and we will have a debate 4 against 4, and the second one another 4 against 4. All right, so if you look back at the questions here, right, so I can pick any motion, yeah, for you to debate on next week. Okay, so what you do today is you find points so that when we do the debate, I can award you with marks. All right? Okay? All right. So before I end this lesson, okay, please make sure that you really know this topic. Okay, really go through the questions and find points or information to answer the questions. I will. Okay, we have come to the end of the today's lesson. Again, please spend some time to go over or to go through the questions and prepare yourself for next week's debate. Assalamualaikum, and I will see you next week.